Hi guys, in case you're stumbling into my channel for the first time, my name is Chidimma James and I'm a Nigerian currently teaching in Canada, and I teach the elementary to be specific. Okay, so today's video I'll be comparing from my experience as a mom and also my experience as a teacher. I'll be comparing what it feels like to be attending elementary in Nigeria compared to attending elementary in Canada, right? Just in case you're watching this and you're a mom and you're moving with your family, so you're kind of prepared for what you're going to experience in the school system. And even from my own observation, like I said, as a mom, and just observing my kids, and my kids used to be in public schools, right? So observing my kids in public school and also teaching in a private elementary school, I'll be comparing the differences in this video. So the first thing that I noticed when we came to Canada and I tried to register my kids in school is that Canada is big on being in an age appropriate class. So during the class placement, they will put you in your age appropriate class because they have a certain age that should be in a certain class. So for example, everybody in grade 2 is 7 going on 8. Like almost all of them are 7. Everybody, not almost, everybody is 7 going on 8, and that's how it is. So in Nigeria, one thing about the Nigerian system is that we are really fast. We start going to school really early, and so we are way ahead, like in terms of classes. So it might be a shock for you, but prepare. When you get there, your kids are going to step down. The second thing is their curriculum is very different from our Nigerian curriculum. So don't be surprised when you come here and it's like your child is not being academically challenged. In fact, that's the common thing every mother and every parent has noticed. That's the first thing you will notice. You will feel like your child is not being academically challenged because the education system in Nigeria is very different. It's more hectic, it's more packed, I would say in quotes, than what we experience here. So here it's pretty chill and it looks easy, like their curriculum looks easy, but that does not mean it's not effective. That's what I want you guys to take from this video. It doesn't mean it's not effective. I know that there might be a bunch of mom watching me and they're like, this is exactly what we're experiencing. This was my experience. I remember the first time my daughter went to school and she came back and all they did was trace. I'm like, tracing your name and tracing alphabets and letters and things like that. I was really disappointed, to be honest, because I expected them to do things that are more challenging. And it was somebody that was already reading almost at a grade level. So you can imagine how disappointed I was. And also, subsequently, the other math problem she brought home, things they were doing in school, was not just, matching up what they were doing in Nigeria. From the perspective of a Nigerian who is now teaching in a Canada elementary school, I would say that it's okay. I mean, the end justifies the means. The only thing is that their curriculum is different from ours. It doesn't mean that Nigerian curriculum is superior to Canadian curriculum or Canadian curriculum is superior to Nigerian curriculum. It simply means that they use different curriculum, different methods, and that's okay, because at the end of the day, kids here are really smart. They are very effective, and that's what we want at the end of the day. Okay, so I would like to say specifically to Nigerian moms that have just moved to Canada, take your eyes off is the math problem challenging enough? Are they writing enough? Why are my kids sorry guys, why are my kids not coming back with homeworks and all of that? In Nigeria, we are used to lots of work, bombarding the kids with homeworks upon homeworks upon homeworks. Here, it's very different. Okay, you might not even get any homework. They may not even bring their schoolwork back home every day. It might be at the end of the school year, it's very different. Just prepare yourself for that. And I will repeat again, it doesn't mean that Nigerian curriculum is superior to Canadian curriculum. It doesn't also mean that Canadian curriculum is superior to Nigerian curriculum. It just means that they have different methods of teaching kids, and both methods are effective, in my own opinion. Now, the second thing is graduation. In Nigeria, before we moved to Canada, my daughter had just finished her graduation. Then she was in nursery 3 and she had graduated to grade 1. Okay, and she was in grade 1 before we moved here, but then they had to move her back to nursery 3, right? Even though that's not the way, the terminologies are different here, okay? So, but just know that she was moved back a class below where she used to be. And so she had to do a second graduation when she was done with that class. Graduation here is totally different. Nigerians, we are extras. Everybody knows that. We are big on parties. We are big on dressing up our kids. We are big on everything that has to do with celebration. But here, I think they try to minimize competition and make it like really easy for the kids. So there's no dress code. There's no wear a certain color. There is no, it's just very simple, low key, simple. And, they don't spend a lot of time doing that. So coming from Nigeria, I didn't know that. I remember my daughter's graduation in Nigeria, they had given us a dress code to wear a blue gown, a blue dress. And mind you, this is the first time I'll be having a girl child graduating in Nigeria. So I just didn't know that it was a big deal. I didn't know that people were doing carnivals for graduation in Nigeria. So simply went to the market and got a blue dress. In my own opinion, it was good, beautiful, wasn't cheap. And yeah, so on that day, we got to the graduation, and what I saw shook me to my feet. Girls, we are literally putting on a ball dress. I mean, wedding gown. Imagine a wedding gown on a child. I can't remember how old, I think either 4 or 5. Imagine a wedding gown on a 4-year-old. That is literally what they were wearing, ball dresses. And I was shocked. I'm like, what is going on here? I wasn't informed. Like I had to go to my email and read the invite again. It didn't specify a ball dress, or it just said a blue dress. But Nigerians are extras. Personally, I'm a very simple person. I mean, I just dressed my daughter in a nice blue dress, wore her pantyhose, her shoes, put on her hair, packed her hair and put on her hair bows, and she was good to go. And then I got there and realized that, people were really doing too much, in my own opinion. So now coming over here to Canada and comparing it. In Canada, I didn't even do too much. All I did was get like a simple dress to put on my daughter. And I wasn't able to go, but my husband attended, so he made videos and he took pictures. But I remember I dropped her off that morning to school before I went to work. I got to work. I dropped her off at school. The first thing I noticed was that her classmates were just wearing their regular clothes they would wear to school every day. A few people were putting on a dress, but nothing extra at all. They were just wearing like flowery dresses you would wear in maybe spring or summer. Just cotton dresses. Okay, I'm making a video, okay? Okay, I'm making hot dog. Sit down, okay? Cotton dresses or flowery dresses that you would wear during summer or spring. That is all they wore. And I said, okay, in my mind, I'm like, okay, maybe they would switch before the graduation. But my husband came back, brought back pictures, and I saw that everything was literally like, what they wore in the morning was what they still wore for graduation. So it was not, they tried not to make these things a lot of competition for the kids. Just wear what you have, dress good, and come to school. Versus Nigeria, where it's, very elaborate. Moms like to do too much, go out of their way to do a lot of shopping. Okay, so bear in mind that when it's your daughter's graduation, please do the barest minimum. Don't come with photo shoots, squad. Come with really just very simple. You, your daughter, have fine, simple clothes, and then just in 30 minutes, you guys will be out of there anyway. So why, do too much? The other thing is birthdays. I'm teaching grade 2, in case you don't know, and I've had like lots of birthdays in my class this year, and I've seen other teachers have birthdays in their class this year. Birthday here in Canada is, it's very simple. Nobody has time to do Owambe. Nobody has time to have a photo, wait for you. No teacher has the time to wait for you to, like, your child will not have change of outfits, and then there will now be a table set up. Kids will now gather around the table. There will now be a photo shoot, and you come with your photo shoot squad or come with some of your relatives. It's not effective here because this is a very fast-paced environment. We are doing everything at every single time. The only free time we have is lunchtime, which is about 25 minutes. And in that 25 minutes, if we have any birthday, you're going to squeeze it in there, squeezing the children having their lunch, squeezing the children having to change to their outdoor shoes for recess. And if it's winter, changing to their winter jackets, winter coats, and going out for recess, and also make it out to recess on time. So you see, there's no time for elaborate birthdays. What people do here, what students do here on their birthdays, they just bring pizza. Everybody gets a slice and children are excited. You can bring donuts. Everybody gets one and children are happy. Everybody is fulfilled. There are no special clothes for the celebrants. They come in their uniforms because of the teach. The school that I teach, the students wear uniform, right? In public schools, they wear they wear a mufti, they wear like their home dresses. And I'm not sure, like, there's no elaborate anything because there's no time. There's no time to wait for the mom or dad to come from wherever they are with their photo shoot squad and then do a setup. There's no time for that. So most likely you won't even be there for your child's birthday. Just order pizza to their school. You could order pizza and a pop drink or whatever kids like to take to their school. And then teachers don't even like it when you make elaborate cake and bring it to school, because you know what? There is no time to slice these cakes and share it. There's no time for all of this. Do the barest minimum. If you want to bring cake, bring cupcakes that are ready to hand out. Don't bring like cakes that will have to cut and all of that. Kids here do not bring cake to school. I'm not saying that if you're too extra and you're Nigerian, you want to do it, you can't do it. I mean, you might be surprised to get your cake back because there was no time to cut the cake. So just bring, people bring party packs, but they don't do too much. They just bring basic party packs, would have like maybe chips and maybe a box of juice, maybe clay or slime or Play-Doh, something kids like to play with, one in each. Nothing elaborate. We are not buying toys and putting it all the party packs or doing anything too extra. And yeah, this is my own experience. So comparing this to Nigeria, where birthday is like a carnival, is shut down. When it's birthday, grandpa is there, grandma is there, relatives are there, the cameraman is on the side, the celebrant has to change multiple times, put on her crown, have a photo shoot section literally with her class, and then, I mean, it's very different here. The next thing I want to talk about is lunch. Okay, lunch. I know that Nigerians, like, we are used to doing, me, I was like that. When I was back home in Nigeria, I would do a lot of fizzy drinks for my kids. I would do a lot of cookies or biscuits or like junk for snacks. So snacks translates to junk, biscuits and juice, and then I pack the main lunch. Here, there's a culture of eating fruits and vegetables. It's even part of their curriculum. They learn this in school in the Canada Food Guide on the appropriate food to eat and how to stay healthy. So parents try to practice that and incorporate like all the classes of food in their lunch. So snacks most times would be fruits. Snacks can be cucumber, snacks can be pears, snacks can be bananas, snacks can be peach, snacks can be, fruits. Majorly, most of the time, snacks is fruits. And then lunch would be, most of the time, they do sandwich. Some kids like bring pasta too and other things. But this is just the difference. In Nigeria, snacks is biscuit and juice, meat pie and whatever, like mostly junk. But here, we get fruits and vegetables as snacks. And then one thing I have learned as a mom is I started incorporating this. I took advantage of it, and my kids no longer go to school with all of them, their cookies, their biscuits, their fizzy drinks and all of that. I adopted the Canadian way of doing it, which is the best. So my kids go to school with fruits and vegetables, and they don't have any option than to eat it. I put cucumber in their plates. These are kids that usually would not eat cucumber, but when you're hungry, you eat what you see, right? I put cucumber in their lunch kits for snacks, and they eat it. They eat the whole thing. I put peach the other day. My kids do not like peach, but my son ate it, because when you open your snack, you don't have anything, and you look around you, so you see other people eating fruits. You have no option than to eat fruits. So this is me using also this opportunity to plead to Nigerian moms. Let's stop feeding our kids with sugar and sugar and sugar and sugar and sugar, instead of sugar for snack. Snack does not translate to sugar. Apple is snack. Fruits are also snack. Berries are also snack. So instead of doing all of that sugar, just switch it up with fruits and vegetables. And also, like, of course, their main dish. There is no time to microwave their food. I would say this. There is no time to microwave anybody's food. So put what they can eat, even if it's cold. Okay? Do not put something that when it's cold, they can't eat it. Okay, if your kids cannot eat cold pizza, don't give them pizza. If your kids cannot eat cold pasta, find something like maybe sandwich they can eat even when it's cold and pack in their lunch. Okay, and the next and the last one would be inter-house sports. Here it's called house wars. So during house wars, it's literally like very chill. Unlike in Nigeria, inter-house sports is shut down. It's carnival. We know that there is a house king, there is a house queen, people are wearing sash, there's the cheerleaders, it's extra. There's a day cut out for that. There's a lot of rehearsals, a lot of practice that go into the inter-house sports. There's match pass. Here, it is different. House Wars is strictly for fun. People just come to chill and have fun. I mean, come with your lunches. Nobody's going to put like canopy or put any form of anything for you and organize chairs. No, it's going to be in an open field. You just come with your lawn chairs. So there are these like setback chairs that people like use to, those kind of chairs you take to the beach or you just used to sit out on your porch. They come with the chairs, set it up, and they might even pack like extra snacks for the kids. And yeah, the kids are not coming wearing anything special. Nobody's going to charge you or make you feel, like you need to go out of your way to come for inter-house sports. You're wearing your PE, the one you wear every single time when you have PE in school. That's the same thing that they wear for house wars. Then another thing is I also noticed is that anytime there is like any events that it requires costume, maybe costume day. Usually when there's a reading week, there are lots of events going on every day. One of the days you do costume, dress up like a character in a book. They try to make you, nobody's trying to make you get out of your way. Now in Nigeria, anytime there's anything that has to do with costumes, parents go way out. People are going shopping. People are doing the most, spending unreasonable amounts of money buying costume. Now, this is my own opinion because even when I was in Nigeria, I didn't used to do too much. Like costumes, I'll get you what I have. If I can't, you wear what you have and go to school. I'm trying so hard to teach my kids contentment, and I'm not going to go out of my budget and do something that will affect me in a negative way financially because I want them to feel valid in school. I don't even get what I mean because I want anybody to validate their outfit. My job is to make sure my kids are confident in however they show up every day. So I just, get what I have and give them. But in Nigeria, people, like when it's costume day, people do extras. They go out of the way to buy, costumes, spend a lot of money buy costumes. Here, costumes are, when there's anything that has to do with costume, which it doesn't happen really often, they will just like write a letter to parents, say dress up like your best character. But then nobody's overemphasizing it or making it a big deal. People come in costumes, but some people don't. And it's okay. Nobody's looking down on you. In fact, they try to make it like very neutral. It's okay. If you don't have any costume, that's fine. Okay, they don't like to overflog it or make it such a big deal that people that do not end up coming with costume would feel like irrelevant, or kids will start bothering their mom, bothering their parents, bothering their families to get them costumes. Now, this is my own personal experience. I remember in Nigeria one time that my son was involved in like a costume thing that they did in school. I didn't even have time to go and, shop for costumes. So what I did was he just wore senators white on white. And I remember the teachers just laughing and saying, like, is he dressed as a senator? Where is his Ghana must go of cash and all of that? And I mean, it was fun. He enjoyed it. It was fun at school. And yeah, so okay, I'm not here to judge any system or judge any mom that makes any decision. I'm just comparing how it's done in Canada to how it's done in Nigeria. And so I hope this video has helped you in some way as a mom or even as a dad or whoever you are watching this video, to get you prepared and, get you ready for what you would experience once you move to Canada with your kids in elementary. Thank you guys for sticking with me to the end. I appreciate you guys. Please subscribe to the channel. If you're not subscribed yet, hit on the subscribe button down below and put on the notification bell as well, because if you do not put on the notification bell, some of my videos may not show up on your timeline. But if you put the notification bell on, you'll be notified anytime that I post. Thank you guys. I will see you guys in my next one. Till then, bye.